Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at Mohgwyn's Spear. We've gone ahead and created a build primarily focused around this. I hope I have pronounced that right. But this build is completely focused around the Spear and the Ash of War itself, which is the Bloodboon. Now, it does also come in an incantation form, but I wouldn't recommend using the incantation because it's really slow and really weak. But the Ash of War itself on the Spear is insane. Now, with this build, you absolutely melt some of these bosses. There's a boss coming up within the mushroom fungal area, and I think I did something like 9,900 damage in 1 or 2 hits. It didn't even get a hit off. This build is ridiculously powerful, and it's primarily focused around flame and blood build-up. So you can go ahead and buff yourself for flame build-up with 2 ways, which is through our Flask, which has the Flame-Shrouding cracked tier in it, and our Incantation, which is Flame Grant Me Strength. Both provide a lovely boost, and then on top of that we have the Fire Charm, or the Fire Scorpion Charm, which also boosts it again and stacks with everything really nicely. We'll take a deep dive into the build later on in the video, and I'll go ahead and I'll throw some timelines down, or timestamps down, so you can go ahead and follow along. But you'll see here I absolutely destroy the skinnier Godskin. Did struggle with the big Godskin, not gonna lie, his roll does really throw this build. This build completely relies on your distance. If someone closes in on you, he's gonna hit you pretty hard. But if you can keep your distance, and it does work out pretty well. You go ahead and you'll see here I use the Incantation. Didn't really do that much, considering this is one of the weaker bosses in the game, especially for a 150 build. But go ahead and throw the actual Ash down, you'll see it get absolutely rinsed. The next boss coming up is a one-shot essentially. Not that that wasn't a one-shot, but this one was a ridiculous one-shot in my opinion. I have never fought this boss before, and I accidentally stumbled across it as I was kind of just exploring and looking for some more clips to put in here. Now, I will apologise because later in this video, the rest of my clips, I've completely all lost audio. Don't really know what happened, but we lost a lot of, probably lost all of our audio really. Our clips are still there, but the audio has gone, and you'll see it just now. Now we go ahead here and fight a dragon. I was looking at trying to kill the dragon elsewhere as well, just to have a couple more dragon kills in this, because they can be quite tough to kill. But I have killed quite a vast amount of them for various other videos. But you can see there I inflict, what's that, nearly 11,000 damage in 3 hits. Now the third hit does take a lot longer to go off, and it does take a lot longer to recover. However, it hits like an absolute truck. And I am using a heavy load. You may have noticed I'm fat rolling almost every time. With this build, it's just mostly very focused around the fashion side of it. I've got 51 poise, technically I've got 70 odd, but I wanted to use a little bit of the fashion. And with this build, your primary focus is staying away. You want to stay away as much as you can, but still within range so you can hit. And you'll see throughout some of these fights, you can see how much range I do have, but also you'll see how much range I kind of misjudge. So I've misjudged it quite badly in a few of this, and it took me a little while to work out what kind of the optimal place to stand was. Once you work out where the optimal place to stand is, this weapon absolutely rinses. You'll see just here, we do trade death for death. He does get me, but you'll see here on the third hit, absolutely rinses. The blood loss build up has happened, and it's dead. Dies before me, luckily, otherwise I would have had to come back. Now, we've gone ahead and killed a few of these Mausoleums within this video. I have only included this one, but it was just to show how easy it is to destroy. I think it's the barnacles on the legs. You could, I would imagine, hit 2 legs in one if I was just being a bit smarter and not standing so close. But if you couldn't be bothered to walk around and smash every single leg and every single part of the leg, then, you know, this way does make it a lot quicker. And if you don't know, these hold the duplication of the remembrances. So if you're going ahead and looking at getting the incantation as well as the boss drop, that's a great way of doing it. Now moving on to my favourite part. Weird that this is my favourite part, but the roundup of the enemies you may find throughout your adventures really. Now this is obviously one of the starter places, and this is one of the things I do on almost every one of my videos. But what I like it here, there's enough mobs here to get the weapon art shown, or to get the weapon itself showcased. But you'll see here the range is brilliant. We can go ahead and smash almost everyone. We wait for the next wave of people to come in. throw the ash up again, one shot everyone again, kind of a rinse and repeat. We do go ahead and use the spear itself for the strength way, but I don't really use it. This build is primarily and completely focused around the spear's ash rather than anything else. We use Mohg's spear plus 10, the white mask, and the whole veteran's armor outfit after that. Now for our talismans, we have the Fire Scorpion Charm, the Carian Filigreed Crest, the Shield of Alexander, and the Lord of Blood. Now for our physic, we have the Flame-Shrouding cracked tier and the Faith Not cracked tier. Please excuse any pronunciations that have gone horribly wrong throughout this. We use the white mask for its effect, which increases our attack power by 10% for 20 seconds once a blood loss has been inflicted by the wearer. As you can see, the whole thing is based around that, so it's a nice little 10% damage extra here. For our level, we are 150, so our stats break down to 45 Vigour, 20 Mind, 21 Endurance, 24 Strength, Dex is 14, Intelligence is 10, Faith is 15, and Arcane is 80. Now, if you were going to use any other buffs here, which I wouldn't recommend Howl of Shibari, you could boost your Faith up, but you don't get that nice flame damage boost that you get from Flame Grant Me Strength. As we're touching on the incantations here, the two incantations we use is Golden Vow and Flame Grant Me Strength. These actually stack really well together, and Flame Grant Me Strength has some nice little passive boosts, which is increased flame damage, which then stacks with your Fire Scorpion Charm and also stacks with our Flame-Shrouding cracked tier. We have got a 73 poise, even though you only need 51 for your Ash of War, but we've gone ahead and heavy overloaded it a little bit because I love the armor setup. But I hope you have enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.